Protesters clashed with riot police in Valencia after thousands marched for the resignation of Valencia's president Carlos Mazón.
Donald Trump's team distances itself from remarks by Republican strategists that restoring lost Ukrainian territory isn't a priority. The Dutch Prime Minister cancels a trip to the COP29 climate summit to deal with the fallout from assaults on Israeli football fans. Thousands of people protest in 2 cities in Portugal to demand higher wages and better pensions.
Protesters clashed with riot police in front of Valencia's city hall following a peaceful march earlier, where thousands called for the resignation of Valencia's president Carlos Mazón. The regional president is under pressure after his administration did not send out an alert in time before deadly floods overwhelmed the east of Spain at the end of October. Mazón argues that the magnitude of the floods was unforeseeable and that his regional administration did not receive a warning in time from Spain's central authorities. The alert was sent to people's phones at 8 in the evening on Tuesday, but Spain's weather agency had already issued a highest-level weather alert at 7:30 in the morning, and some communities were already flooded by 6 in the evening. The tsunami-like floods killed at least 220 people. The search for missing people is still ongoing, and streets are still covered in mud and debris.
Donald Trump's team has dismissed remarks by Republican strategists that the new administration's plan to end the war in Ukraine is about peace and not territory. In an interview with the BBC, Brian Lanza claimed that the incoming Trump government didn't see restoring lost territory as a priority. But a spokesperson for the president-elect said Lanza didn't speak for Trump. On the campaign trail, Trump claimed he could end the war in Ukraine within a day without explaining how. But he also hasn't ruled out the possibility that Kyiv may have to cede territory to Moscow to bring about an end to the war. Russia seized the Crimean Peninsula in 2024 and in 2022 annexed 4 areas of Ukraine without ever maintaining full control over any of them. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky has repeatedly said the full withdrawal of Russia's forces and the return of all territory is a must if peace is to be established. Dutch Prime Minister Dick Schoof has cancelled a trip to the COP29 climate talks in Azerbaijan to deal with the fallout from assaults on Israeli football fans. Schoof said the government would discuss the violence on Monday and he would hold talks on tackling anti-Semitism on Tuesday. Israeli Foreign Minister Gideon Saar arrived in the Netherlands on Friday and offered Israel's help in the police investigation. Schoof said he told Saar that the Dutch government is doing everything it can to ensure that the Jewish community in our country feels safe. Violence broke out in Amsterdam on Thursday night after a football match between Ajax and Maccabi Tel Aviv. Video showed a large crowd of Israeli fans chanting anti-Arab slogans on their way to the game. Gangs of youths then conducted what Amsterdam's mayor called hit-and-run attacks on fans apparently inspired by calls on social media to target Jewish people. Thousands of people have protested in 2 cities in Portugal to demand higher wages and pensions. The protests were called by the General Confederation of the Portuguese Workers, the country's largest federation of trade unions. The CGTP said that day-to-day difficulties faced by workers stem from political decisions and highlighted unaffordable housing and limited access to health care as key concerns.
Tenho curso superior, eu pensava que ia ser algo diferente, que nos iam oferecer mais condições, mais oportunidades e infelizmente não foi essa a situação. Pronto, e aqui estaremos para tentar lutar por algo mais e por algo.
Currently, workers in Portugal get a minimum wage of €820 a month. The government has proposed raising the minimum wage by €50 a year until 2028, increasing it to over €1,000.